really excited here to talk about Supply Chain Orchestrator as a product. And I'd like to take you through the next 45 minutes, a little bit about how Gartner recognizes Supply Chain Orchestrator in the market, the problems that we solve, and then our technology differentiation. Why are we different in the market today? And then we're going to go into a deeper dive around Supply Chain Orchestrator as a technology product, and we're going to go into a demo, and then we can open it up for Q&A. So Gartner in June, end of June, put us in their market guide as an analytics and decision intelligence platform for supply chain. And we're very proud of that because we launched it in June, and we were recognized at the end of June. And it wasn't serendipitous that that happened, is that Ming and I have been working with Gartner's supply chain analyst for quite some time. And so they knew that we were going to be releasing this product. When it was released, they were excited to put us into the market guide. It's important, and as we just heard around data optimization, it's important to know that by 2026, 75% of all global enterprises will apply decision intelligence practices and then do something with that data. And it's important to know that 2026, even though it's maybe, let's say, 2 years away, is that we're already providing that technology to get to prescriptive insights. And I think that's really important to know, and we're going to show why that's so important. And by 2026, more than 80% of supply chain applications will leverage AI and data science. And that's also important because that you will see by the end of our presentation that we help make that happen within applications using our technology. Supply Chain Orchestrator. So where do we play in the market? Where do we optimize along the supply chain? We are very much into demand sensing and forecasting. So we help existing applications really optimize what they do. We use a lot of our AI and ML in that, but it's also a lot to do with harmonization and normalization of data to affect different use cases within demand sensing and forecasting. If you go to the right side for optimized fulfillment, we're also very much into optimizing fulfillment no matter where it may be. Maybe it's into manufacturing, maybe it's to the point of sale in retail. On time in full is a key metric that we're all involved in, and we get very much based on the technology that we'll be showing you in just a couple minutes here of the impact on that. From a supply chain orchestration standpoint, we hear so much about, but it's really how do we attain an agile and resilient supply chain within your particular vertical. It doesn't matter. Supply chain, as you know, is a horizontal play across all the different verticals. Oftentimes we see using our product in a control tower or command center perspective, but then we do something with the data. We're also hearing a lot more about, as we travel the world, is that companies are coming to us and saying, look, we have a lot of sustainability metrics that we're trying to put together, and we have the formulas for it. But the issue is that the data quality is never there to be able to do it. Could you help us normalize, optimize, create the accurate data to then be pushed in to create that KPI? As you can see on the bottom, we get involved into a lot of inventory optimization, demand and supply planning. Take a look at the entire supply chain, end-to-end visibility with prescriptive insights, and then attaining near perfect fulfillment. And then it's really, if you think about it, it's accelerating time to decision, time to value. And that's where the way we built this product is so differentiated in the market, is that we can do that and have significant impact from Fortune 100 companies to Fortune 2000 and being able to bring value within 6 weeks. Supply Chain Orchestrator, from this picture, I like showing this picture because it it helps differentiate where we play in the market. Think of us as the connected tissue. So our technology is the connected tissue to be able to transfer all the data from all of the enterprise systems, applications, suppliers, logistics companies, 3PLs, transportation companies, transferring all that data into the data platform in a harmonized and normalized and real-time manner, but then have it utilized in a way that will impact the business outcome. And then that business outcome can either be sent directly to the line of business, or it can be moved back into the enterprise system or back into the application. And we can get into some examples of that later. So the technology itself, I think it's important to know where we differentiate from a technology. So when I said utilize in the previous slide, so how do we utilize? We're utilizing it. We have four, as you can see, we have four embedded technologies that acts as one capability in one product. And the reason why that's important is because most companies, if you try to do all of these different types of capabilities, we're seeing 5 to 6 different products to be able to do it on one implementation. So you have one product, and you have the ability to do that very quickly to accelerate time to value, but also the cost of ownership is very low. So you'll see on the left-hand side, we talk about consistent data. We're hearing so much around data quality today. So consistent data is that we have the technology because we've been around for 45 years. Think about that. We've been around for 45 years, a $1.2 billion company, and growing at a very fast rate. And this is what we do. We concentrate in healthcare, financial services, and obviously across the verticals in supply chain. We're very good at being able to, based on that technology, to harmonize and normalize data in real time. That goes into the platform. Then we have the ability to ingest it in a way that it can be used to drive analytics on demand. So we're not another data warehouse or another data lake. We're simply ingesting the data at rest to use it when we need to use it. On the right-hand side is that we have our own embedded intelligent processes or interoperability. So we can simulate workflows in real time. And then lastly, our actionable insights. We have our own embedded advanced analytics. We have our own AI and our own ML and even BI if needed. But the point is, all four of those are working together to create the most optimal business outcome that you would be wanting to use as against a use case. Some companies say, we have companies like O9 and Kinaxis that say, look, we need help bringing the data in. So some companies, the end retailer uses us to say, look, let's use the left-hand side. Help us bring that data in a normalized and harmonized way so the data is accurate so that the final application can be using it to truly be able to do what it should be doing. The right-hand side is when we can get more prescriptive in our insights. So helping the business or helping the application, SAP, for example, doesn't do well in what we would consider a constrained environment that considers that there's tons of inventory, there's labor, there's transportation, there's always capacity. So we can come in and we can optimize that final business outcome that can get pushed back into SAP. And it's all around unified data. We hear that so often. Let's unify data. It's important to know is, and we hear this so often, and I like bringing this up, is, we don't rip and replace. That's the other thing. So when we go in, and we're working with so many different companies around the world, if you truly want to accelerate time to value, you're not going to go, we don't go in there and say we're going to rip and replace your existing technology. We utilize what you have, but we optimize what you have. And that allows us to very quickly get to that optimized business outcome. We have flexible UI and APIs, And then I think another very key point, like the previous gentleman was talking about, you saw he was using the SCORE model. Companies all around the world use that SCORE model. It's important to know that as you're optimizing the supply chain digital transformation effort, which is typically 3 to 5 years, we, through Supply Chain Orchestrator, can come in at any point in time, at the beginning of the digital transformation, which we do with companies throughout Europe. Caltech, obviously, very important for us and with our technology that we use today. But what we can do, come in at the beginning, we can come in at the middle, we can come in at the end. And the end is where you truly have prescriptive insights, you're truly leveraging AI and ML to be able to optimize whatever business outcome or use case that you're trying to do. And again, it's all around accelerating time to value. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to bring up Ming. Ming is going to continue on, but more from a technical perspective. Thank you.
So you already have the background, what we do in supply chain business here in InterSystems. And I'm going to try to spend a little time to break down the product, Supply Chain Orchestrator, for you. So you have a bit better understanding what we do, why we're doing things that we're doing. So I want to step back a little bit. From our keynote speaker earlier, right, we heard what's really the biggest challenge for supply chain, right? It's all these unexpected disruptions from COVID, war, environmental challenges that we are facing, right? All of these challenges. And at the heart of the solution to these challenges is what? It's really around data. You need good data, real-time data, and use the data to help you understand the problem, to figure out solutions to your supply chain problems. So that's really how we position this product, to really help you to understand, utilize the data, to really improve your supply chain operations, whether it's sustainability, whether it's resiliency, or other things that you want to achieve with all kind of different KPIs, right? We heard from our keynote speaker as well, different roles, different functions. You focus on different aspects of your supply chain with different type of KPIs. So that's how we're going to focus our product to really help our clients to get business value out of your data and in the fastest, easiest way to achieve your business goal. How do we do that? So here's a couple of things. When we talk about data, the first thing, of course, you need to have data digitized somehow and make them available. So step number one is how do you get information from all these different disparate data sources, a lot of things Mark showed earlier in his slides, and then provide the connective tissue to bring this data together. Not only just dump them together. So in some cases, people working with data lakes, which become data swamps, right? So you cannot use things in that. And we want to provide the connective tissue to really help you to bring the data together, interconnect them, normalize them, so you can make some sense out of your data. And we do that through what? Through providing with a data engine, with a building supply chain model you can easily start with, and you can extend it, customize it for your business, for your use cases, without even writing a line of code. Now, with that done, you have all the data from your upstream supply chain, downstream supply chain, your manufacturing, your distribution, all these areas, you have them. Now you can see all your data. Great, you can see them. But that doesn't solve your problem by putting the data together, right? Then you need to understand what the data is telling you, right? What is this KPI for this role? What is the separate KPI for that role that people cares? And then you need to really do the next level is analytics, right? You want to see how your business is trending, right? Trending up, trending down, meeting your goals, missing your goals. Or you want to see how many issues, problems you have based on the data you have. So that's really, you need a lot of analytics capabilities, whether it's a BI tool, whether it's a machine learning tool, or some other AI technology. That's what we offer. And these all work together on the supply chain data model in the same data engine. Think about it. You have transactional data in the model, and then you can immediately apply analytics, ML, without translating, moving your data. So that's another layer we provide. Now we help you to see your data. We also help you to understand your data. And then what do you want to do next? Now I know my business is missing the business goal. I have too many problems in my supply chain. What do you do next? You want to optimize your supply chain. You want to understand what the impact is, among other things, right? And then you want to take even one step further. Once you understand the impact, you understand the problems you have, what should you do? Right? What can I do with what the system, what this solution, what this platform is telling me? And we take it to one more step further to provide with the predictive and the prescriptive analytic solutions. What that means is we will tell you through these tools with your own business logic, your own business rules, what is the best course of action you can take now based on the real-time data you have today. So that's what we call the prescriptive analytics. And we're going to show you a demo later, and you will see what I mean by that. So that's kind of dissected the product into these different layers. You know, you want to see your data. You want to have a good understanding of the data. You want to do some optimization based on your data. At the end, you want the data to tell you how to act. So that's what this product is all about. And here is another example to show what I described in action. So what we are typically doing is we will take you through a journey, and the demo will give you more details from your supply chain data all the way to action. What you should do based on the data, the problem captured by the data with your own logic, and understanding the risk that involved and associated impact to your supply chain. The impact maybe go way beyond supply chain, right? It may impact many other business objectives that you may have, your business bottom lines, your business goals, right? And then, more importantly, we will take you through the step, what is the best course of action you can take now based on real-time data, and also what the action will mean to your business. It's going to have a big impact on the dollar amount, big impact on the time, big impact on your customers, right? So it will tell you all these consequences or potentially sometimes side effects, right, of your decision. We all know sometimes people have to make tough decisions, and you better understand what that tough decisions will imply to your business. And that's what this solution will tell you. So the title of this slide is Data Through Analytics to Action. And I borrowed this title from an IDC keynote speaker who was saying the future in the next couple years in supply chain is for companies out there, while we're facing all these constant disruptions in your supply chain, right? Whether it's a war or some canal is blocked by some ship, right? Or some other things. It's how do you figure out what to do? What to do based on your data, and through some analytics tool, analytics solutions, and help you to make the right intelligent decision. So that's really what the IDC think. You know, the next couple years for companies, if you want to be successful, you better figure out the solution to do this. How to get from your data through some magic analytics and take you to action. And I think my colleague Iwamoto is going to show you one example how this can be done with Supply Chain Orchestrator.
デモに入ります前に今一度ですね、こちらサプライチェーンオーケストレーター全体が何を、提供するものかということを、再度ご説明、確認しておきたいと思います。こちらサプライチェーンオーケストレーター全体の流れを示した図となっております。で左上の箱の中、 こちらがサプライチェーンオーケストレーターの領域になっております。でサプライチェーンオーケストレーターはユースケースごとのデータであるとかアプリケーション機能をホストする役割といったものを担います。つまり、こちらの絵には図示していないのですが、各種のサプライチェーンのアプリケーションであるとか、システムで生じるデータ、発送ですとか入荷ですとか受注であるとか、そういったさまざまな出来事データを製品の一部として提供するサプライチェーン用のコアデータモデルに蓄積するということ、専用の BI のキューブにそれを反映するということで、それらデータをアプリケーションに提供するための API、REST API などを提供していくということで、ダッシュボードでユーザーに洞察を与えるという機能を提供するということで、予測のために ML ですとか AI あるいはルールといったものを活用するということで、最後、今後提供予定になっておりますクラウド上のサービスとの連携を用意すると、これらの機能を担うものがサプライチェーンオーケストレーターというものとなります。でデモについてですが、デモの背景は、こちらありますように、世界中に部品のサプライや工場倉庫顧客を持つ巨大メーカーを表したものになっています。で、工場、製造業ですので、当然部品を買うという出荷のから工場に運ぶ出荷の部分と、あと出来上がった完成品を入れてある倉庫から実際の顧客に注文を受けて発送するという2つのサプライチェーンから成り立っているんですが、本日デモでお見せするのはこの後のですね、注文発送の部分となります。で KPI について少し説明をしておきたいと思います。でこのデモではですね、注文を受け付けた後の発送時用に2つの KPI を定義しています。で1つは受注受付時にコミット、約束した出荷時刻というのがあるかと思うんですけれども、それに対して8時間以内に実際に注文した商品が、指定した数通り顧客に届いているかどうかというのを示す KPI が1つございます。オンタイムインフルと呼ばれているものですね。それが1つで、デモの中では最初はこれだけが表示されています。であとこれに対してですね、ダイナミックに、動的に別の KPI を加えるということを、デモの中で、ご紹介しています。でその際追加する KPI がこちらになりまして、もう一つは、約束した出荷時間に対してですね、実際の出荷時刻が8時間以上遅延している場合といったものを KPI 化したものを使用しています。でこの場合はちょっとほっとくと具合が悪いといいますか、ちゃんと問題としてこれらを認識して継続的に管理していった方がよかろうということになろうかと思います。で今回のデモは、今からデモ用の画面に切り替えますけれども、こちらのデモはデータはすでに集めてある段階で集めた時点から始まります。で実際 KPI で導出された課題を分析にかけまして、それらをシームレスにコードにつなげるといった様子をご覧いただけるデモとなっております。でこちらがそのデモのメイン画面となります。先ほど国枝の笹川様から PSI ということについてレクチャーいただきましたけれども、こちらがちょうどその P 出荷の画面、こちらがセールスの画面で、こちらがインベントリーの画面、先ほどの PSI というのはちょうどこちらの出荷の画面ですね。でこちら S の部分が注文セールスおよび発送の部分と、でこちら在庫 I の部分がインベントリーということになっております。ちょうど一つの画面で複数のサプライチェーン上の出来事を表すような作りになっています。最後ここに製造業というアイコンございますけれども、ここには何がしかのその産業に適したアプリケーションを立ち上げるための、言うなればショートカットのようなものをここに並べていこうという、そういう画面の立て付けになっています。で注文の画面なんですけれども、今は表示されているのは Y2D ですから、本年の本日までの売上の収益がどれくらいあるかということをグラフィカルに表現しています。この地図上のバブルの大きさがちょうど売上の大きさに比例するようになっています。でこちら左下にはございますのがオンタイムインフル、ちゃんと要求通り届けられた注文の割合を示しています。でグリーンの場になってますので、これは安全圏であろうという表示になっています。でここに今から 出荷が遅延しているこちらの状態ですね、これを追加するというオペレーション操作を行っていきたいと思います。で KPI を自動的に追加するためには REST の API のご用意がございまして、ちょっとポストマンというツールを使いますけれども、それを今から実際に使って実行してみたいと思います。で今終わりました。で右側がその要求の応答になります。でこれを実行することによってちょっと画面リフレッシュしますけれども、今までもなかったこちらの KPI が新たに表示されるようになりました。でこれで、今出荷が、期待から8時間以上遅れているというものが352件あるということが、KPI 的に示されたことになりますけれども、これはまだ、行うべき、工程の一段階でありまして、さらにこれを課題として管理していこうということになったときにはですね、改めて今度はその KPI の内容を課題問題として登録するという要求を投げることでそれが実現します。でこれで終わりです。でこれで再度画面をリフレッシュいたしますと、先ほどここゼロだった注文に関する問題の未解決問題というのが、ちょうどこの352件がそのまま転写されたという状況で、ご覧いただけるようになります。でこれで、この画面を見ますとなんか問題が352件あるんだなということが、直ちに分かるようになりますので、例えばここをクリックいただくと、実際ドリルスルーすることができます。でこの中の問題ですね、実際ここにはその問題があった注文に関する情報が表示されておりますけれども、さらにこれを踏み込んでですね、先ほどMingの方からルールベースですとかあるいは MLA を使ってそれを分析する機能を呼び出すというお話ありましたし、あと冒頭の映画仕立てのムービーの中でも大層なシーンが盛り上がったシーンが描かれていましたけれども、まさにそれと同じことがこの裏で動くということで、このボタンを押すことでそれが起動されるという UI となっています。でこれ実際に動かしてみますと、これは実際デモですので映画ほどの大層なことは起こってませんけれども、実際にそのような分析が行われた結果、管理するものに対して何がしかの情報、原因が何でしたですとか、どういう影響がありえますですとか、あるいは、そのマネージャーが取り得る選択肢ですねを提示するといったことを可能にしています。でこの時点でとりあえず課題の分析だけしてですね、元の問題メインの画面に戻りますと、未解決問題は1件減りますけどまだ意思決定してませんよというのが1件残ってますので、こういうのがどんどん分析をしては意思決定待ちのフェーズに移動していくということで、少しずつ一つずつ問題を解決していくということを促すことを狙っています。でじゃあ先ほど意思決定しなかった部分ですね、もう一回その画面に呼び出しまして、じゃあ例えばここではじゃあオプション C 選びますということで受け入れボタンを押します。でここで、コメントが残してます。でサプライチェーンオーケストレーターデータベース内包してますので、こういったことも非常に、難なくできます。こういうのはデータベースを内包しているがゆえのメリットと言ってよろしいかと思います。でこれで、一種のワークフローが完結するんですね。分析した結果提示された選択肢を、確かに選んでコミットしたという流れがこれで実現します。でこれでごめんなさい、もう一回リフレッシュいたしますと、これで、意思決定待ちゼロになりましたので、これを繰り返すことで課題を管理しつつも、あるいは問題を一つずつ分析しつつ、障害を減らしていくということを目的とした、デモシナリオとなります。
パルタックは美と健康、そういった関連商品をフルラインで扱う中間流通業です。年間で35億個の商品を出荷しております。日本で言いますと国民1人当たり35個を提供するような出荷量になります。ローコストで常に必要な時に必要なものを必要なだけ提供できるシステムを構築していくということが最終的な目標になります。インターシステムズさんとは30年以上のお付き合いをしています。アイリスは DX を推進していく中で一番重要な主軸であるというふうに考えています。 パルタックの倉庫では人ができる作業を全てロボットに置き換えていっています。インターシステムズのシステムを使ってですね、インターフェースデータをそのロボットと膨大なデータのやり取りを行っています。生産性は従来の2倍、それから売上については計画以上の数値を叩き出しています。世の中の変化に対応できる仕掛けを作りたいというふうに考えています。それにはアイリスが主軸を担うシステムであるというふうに考えています。